Aussiedoodles can have a wide variety of colors and textures from curly to straight and everything in between. Hey, I hope you're having an amazing day today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the pros and cons of curly hair as well as straight-haired Aussiedoodles. So let's get straight into the video. If you don't know already, Aussiedoodles that tend to inherit more of the Australian Shepherd side of their parents tend to have more straight hair. And on the other side of the spectrum, if an Aussiedoodle inherits more of the poodle side, poodle genetics of his or her parents, then he or she will more likely have curly hair. And on top of that, some that fall in between will likely have wavy hair. So you might be asking yourself, if you have an Aussiedoodle already or looking to get one, what type of coat will he or she have? The coat of an Aussiedoodle puppy might not match what their coat will be when they are an adult, at least at first glance. Through what is called quote unquote furnishings, you can kind of predict what type of coat they will grow into and be as an adult for years to come. If an Aussiedoodle has furnishings, longer hairs around their snout and around their eyes, they are more likely to have curly or wavy hair. The easiest furnishings to spot on a puppy are those around the bridge of their nose. And if they don't have longer hair around these areas, then they'll likely have a straighter coat. Jaxon, he had furnishings when he was a puppy. I'll throw a picture up on the screen right here. And although this was his puppy coat and he did shed most of this, when he grew out his adult coat, as you guys can tell, obviously right now because he shaved, but he has more of a curly coat as an adult. All Aussiedoodle puppies have a puppy coat that they usually shed around 6 to 12 months of age. Their adult coat will most likely be wool or more hair-like and be less soft. Generally, a puppy with furnishings tend to shed more and more as they grow, and that is also true for the opposite. If they don't have furnishings, they will tend to shed more as they grow. Before I get into the pros and cons of a curly Aussiedoodle coat, let's talk about the pros and cons of a straight-haired coat. I do want to preface this too, that whether or not your Aussiedoodle has a straight coat, a wavy coat, or a curly coat, they deserve all the love in the world, and this coat might reflect what is best for your lifestyle. So again, at the end of the day, all types of dogs, whether they're wavy, curly, or straight, deserve all the love and care in the world. But let's get straight into the pros and cons of a straight-haired Aussiedoodle coat. Number one, if they are straight-haired, they will not likely have to be cut, groomed as much as a curly coated Aussiedoodle. This means fewer trips to the groomer, and as a result of that, a cheaper budget to spend and use it on toys or whatever it may be. You don't have to have that expense of grooming every month or 2 months that a curly coated Aussiedoodle may have. Number two, if you are in love with the Australian Shepherd look, their straight hair just flowing in the wind, then your Aussiedoodle with the straight hair coat will likely have that similar appearance. For me personally, I love the fluffy teddy bear look of a curly coated Aussiedoodle. Obviously, that's how Jaxon is, but again, that is just my personal preference. If you love the Australian Shepherd look, then a straight-haired Aussiedoodle might be the best for you. Going into the cons of a straight-haired Aussiedoodle, one, because they shed more, they're likely more to trigger your allergies if you have some. I personally have mild dog allergies, and so one of the main reasons why I wanted to get a dog that is mixed with a poodle is because they are considered hypoallergenic. Obviously, there is no dog that is completely non-shedding, but again, because Jaxon sheds very little, my mild dog allergies aren't triggered as much. With a straight-haired Aussiedoodle, they will shed a lot more, almost similar to an actual Australian Shepherd. And if you are mildly allergic, that might be a problem. But if you're not allergic at all and you love the look of the coat, the straight-haired Aussiedoodle might be the best for you. But also keep in mind too that with the shedding comes a lot of upkeep around the apartment, the house, wherever it may be, even on your clothes. But if you don't care about that, then again, flat-haired, straight-haired could be the way to go. Going on to the curly coated side of an Aussiedoodle, the number one pro for this fluffy teddy bear is that it is hypoallergenic. The coat, because it doesn't shed as much and not a lot of hair and dandruff is left around the house, it doesn't trigger my dog allergies. So if you do have mild dog allergies, then definitely go with an F1B or a curly haired Aussiedoodle. Number two, I just talked about this a little bit, but again, I just love the look of a fluffy dog. It's so cute to me. It's very cuddly too. I can also use Jaxon as a pillow. I actually do sometimes, so that's definitely a plus for me. Going into the cons of a curly coated Aussiedoodle is that number one, at least for me, is the grooming. Curly haired Aussiedoodles tend to have high maintenance, not tend to have high maintenance coats, meaning you have to brush them every single day. You have to bring them to the groomer on top of brushing them every day, every month, every 2 months. And the prices for that can range from $50 up to $200. It's crazy, and you have to make sure that you upkeep with the coat. Otherwise, if not, it can get matted and in turn be very detrimental to the dog's health. With budgeting for the grooming also comes budgeting with tools in order to upkeep the actual coat. So that means brushes that may break from here and there. I use a detangling spray too to help with the upkeep of the coat. So these are all things that you really want to take into account that comes with a curly coated Aussiedoodle. I cannot stress how much work and upkeep you really have to keep for your curly coated Aussiedoodle if you want them to stay fluffy, if you want them to have that teddy bear look. It does require a lot of work, and on top of that, a lot of money. I think going forward, we've tested it out for the past couple months, but for the next few summers, I'm actually gonna have Jaxon shaved quite a bit, so I don't have to worry about matting or the upkeep in the summer. And in turn, I'm sure Jaxon loves being a lot cooler in the summer and warmer temperatures that may come when playing outside. But yeah, guys, that concludes today's short video. Let me know down below, what type of coat do you prefer? Do you love the fluffy teddy bear look of a curly coated Aussiedoodle? Or do you like the sleek, sharp look of a straight coated Aussiedoodle? Let me know down below in the comments section. And also, again, whether or not your dog has a curly coat, wavy coat, or a straight coat, they deserve all the love in the entire world, so make sure you give it to them. As a reminder, please hit that like button as it really helps in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button too, as it really means a lot to Jaxon and me. I've created a Facebook group, guys, for Aussiedoodle lovers and owners. You do not have to own an Aussiedoodle to join. The link is in the description. Let's grow that community there. Click it, join. I'd love to see you there. Post about your Aussiedoodles if you have one. Tell your dogs you love them. Jaxon, I love you. Thank you for watching and have an amazing day. Yay for Jaxon! Yay! Yay, 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 yay.